coward. The great deserter. Finally, my day has come. And I will have your head in Pokukouwa. The Moi. Take it. Baba, watch out! Your boy!
Shalom. I want to start by giving all fear and glory and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of the House of David, Great Millstone, and the 144,000 men, the elect of Israel, and the 1/3 of Israel, the women, men, and children, and take heed and believe the dead in Yahushai shall arise first. And in this video, your brother me, Tazamak, and my brother Baya, we're gonna go, Lord willing, to the lesson here regarding the war that's going on between the true light and the darkness. You know, because this world promotes darkness, and there's people that want to portray like the dark is the light, and they teach this word deceitfully, and they believe that by persecuting the true prophets, they're doing the Lord a favor. You know, if I say anything, well, I'll just bring it out. I'll bring out Psalms 58, verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?
Karnak, and see this psalm, we're gonna go through it through Spirit, Psalms 58. This is a prayer for the punishment of the wicked. So it's not just you praying for the kingdom of heaven and praying to be delivered and saved. It's also, there's certain prayers in the Bible that's geared towards punishment of the wicked, punishment of evildoers that don't have the spirit of Yahushua, don't have mercy upon their brother, don't have that love, but have that hate. You see, have evil eyes. So it's not all about, you know, oh, that brother will turn around or have mercy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, there's a judgment coming, and Lord said start judgment in His house first. And there's a lot of guys, they would pervert the gospel. When we read Galatians 1, the first chapter, there are some that would pervert the gospel of the Lord. You see, and this is why it's so important to defend the gospel. We got dudes saying we don't have to defend the truth. Of course you have to defend the truth. Look how much liars and lies are out here, man. Especially in these times. You see? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Psalms 58, verse 2. Yea, in heart, yea, work wickedness, yea, weigh the violence of your hands. In the earth, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Yeah, speaking lies, man, and not the truth. And see, a lot of guys, they want to use it for Esau. Of course he fought Esau, man, the Edomite, that damn devil. Which he's going to save. He's done. Got Trump. He can't even get on Google. Can't even get on YouTube and stuff like that. He's done. When Satan curses Satan, he curses his own soul. And so
he's in Twitter jail.
Yeah, and then pretty soon they go into real jail, spiritual jail, and literally slavery, man. And see, it's not just that wicked. It's also the wicked of our people. They're estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So there's some Jews that come into this truth, and as soon as they're reborn again, they're not about the truth. They speak lies. They speak lies on the men, right? And they use the covering of the Lord for a cloak of maliciousness. You see? They're estranged. They in the heart, ye work wickedness, meaning in their mind. Go ahead.
Psalms 58, verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
Right. They don't want to listen to the Lord. They don't want to listen to his men. There's no reasoning in a lot of guys. Only in the few. Many are called, few are chosen. And the chosen, they have reasoning. They can reason with their brother. They can see eye to eye. And they can lift up that trumpet and give it the right sound that the trumpet needs to be given. And let me get a precept here as well. See, they're blind and they're deaf in the spirit. Luke 10:19, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy. We have many enemies. Yes, Esau, Edom, the so-called white men, of course. That's obvious. But also amongst this truth, there's enemies of the cross. And that's why Paul wouldn't stop warning you with tears. Says, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names were in heaven. In that hour Yahweh shall rejoice in spirit and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seemed good in thy sight. And that word babes is basically someone that's untaught, an infant, someone that's young, disregarded. You see, oh, you can't sit with us because this is the grown folks table. You know what I'm saying? The little ones, the babes. But see, through the mouth of babes, the Lord has perfected praise. And that's who's going to give the praise to the Lord, not the praise to men. Because a lot of guys, they love the praise of men. They love to be praised, spoke well of. But won't you when men speak all manner well of you? For so did they the false prophets. Go ahead.
Psalms 58, verse 5. Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O power, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord.
Right, and I'm going to get that word for charmers. It basically means to whisper. You see? Whispering. And the Lord said to curse a whisper and the double tongue. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Let them melt away.
Let me say one thing. And another thing, too, about, you know, when you bring that piece about where it says, break their teeth, O Lord. When you don't have teeth, you can't eat meat.
Right.
You see? So that means you're not going to have that protein. And what meat is it really talking about? It's talking about some lamb and some... No, it's talking about Yahweh Shai. The meat where he said, if a man eat, he shall never die.
Right.
You see?
And also, the teeth goes into the power. Because if you see in lion's teeth, right? The power is the teeth. The lion's teeth is why the rest of the animals are afraid.
Right.
So you take the teeth from this kingdom and it's powerless.
Right. You take the teeth from the wicked, you know, you take the teeth from the wicked. As you say in 1 Peter 5:8, the wicked as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. And that's what the wicked do. They seek whom they may devour with their lies, with their deceitfulness, who they can devour. That's why I should say they devour widows' houses. You see, a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, even amongst this truth. See, they're seeking whom they may devour because they're blind, and they want to. The only way they can lead the blind is if they're blind too. And that's why we're gonna get into the scriptures how Yahweh Shai, what he came to do was to open the eyes of the blind, so they wouldn't be led of the blind, but they would lead. They would be led of the Spirit of the Lord. You see, and then he would break them free from that cruelty of these wicked lions. You see, and the lion's teeth, that's what he basically uses to lay the deadly wound on his prey. He goes into the throat, you know, and uses them teeth and that bite to take out their cervical, their breath, you know, to breathe, be able to breathe, and then they eventually die and they eat them up. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 58 in verse 7. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot, his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces.
Right, and no matter if you're know you're Israelites or you're not, you're just a nigger out here, whatever, but the 2/3 will be cut off and die. But the remnant shall be saved. And that's what we're here to comfort those hearts, because those hearts that are the wicked, they can't be comforted. The wicked has a troubled sea which cannot rest. There's no peace to the wicked, you see? And it says, let them melt away as waters, you see? So it's going to say what? The love of many shall wax cold. Because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So it freezes up. What happens when we bring that fire? It melts, you see?
Right.
And that's what we come to do, man. We bring this fire, and it's heating up, and it's melting the cold. It's melting the ice in this winter time that we're in. The Lord said, "Pray a fight being on the winter." Go ahead.
Psalms 58 and verse 8. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away, like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun.
That they may not see the sun. Now, give me Malachi. Hold that. We almost on Psalms 58. Go to Malachi 4, because the sun is synonymous with what? With healing, with growth. Like the plants, they need to grow. They need the sun for photosynthesis and stuff like that. So they say. But the life needs sun, needs air, needs water. You see? Now, I'm going to get that word for snail, all right, as a snail which melteth. Let's get that word for snail real quick through the Spirit and get this word for snail real quick. All right, the Hebrew word here is shabalwal. All right, snail. But check this out. As if floating in its own slime. Check this out. A snail, especially one without a shell, is called from its moisture and slimeliness. And another thing about snails is it's unclean. You're not supposed to eat them. It is said of the wicked, as a snail which melts as it goes, which emits slime, moistening its way, so that the longer it goes, the more is it dissolved at length, wastes away and dies. Now, I know everyone has done it.
No,
I know what you're thinking, right? You put the salt, yeah. Hey, what does the Lord say about the salt? If you don't have enough salt, it's good for nothing to be thrown in the fire.
Right. You know, look at that word slime just to get more salt on it, But yeah, when you put salt, right, which is this word, right, the wicked melts, But
that word for slime is ooze, a moist, soft, and slippery substance, typically regarded as a repulsive. You know what's heavy too about a snail is that it's very slow.
Right.
See, the Spirit of the Lord is gonna make you quicken. It's gonna quicken you. Right. You're gonna be a quick understanding. Go ahead.
This is Malachi 4. Malachi 4 verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall.
Right, so the sun shall rise with healing in his wings, because when the sun rises, what rises too with it? Light. You see, and what we're at war with is darkness. The rulers of this world, the principalities, so darkness is set against light and good against evil, even amongst our own nation. You see, and we're purging out that cancer by what? By this word.
Malachi.
And it's heavy too. Like if let's say vampires, right? They'll be in the dark, right, in moist place,
right,
in the sewers and stuff like that.
Caves.
Like we went to the video about the mutants. You have a mutant that's called the Epsilon mutants. Like you have epsilon level, and these are basically the mutants that have like defects and like they can't really speak eloquently, and like they're like in the sewers and stuff like that. That's a 2/3, man. It's through the Spirit. So go back to Psalms 58. In fact, read verse 3. That's a good part too there too.
Malachi 4 verse 3. And ye shall tread down the wicked.
Right, tread down the wicked. We just read in Luke 10. You shall tread on scorpions and serpents, and none of the power of the enemy shall hurt you. Yep, go ahead.
Verse 3, and ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. And in the day that I shall do this, said the Lord of hosts.
That's it right there. So the Lord's about to do this, man. This is what the Lord is doing. It's marvelous in our eyes, but in the eyes of the wicked, what is it? Oh, it's evil. Oh my gosh, don't listen to them. Hate speech, you're evil. But this is righteous, man. Let's go back to Psalms 58. Get down with that.
Psalms 58, verse 9. Before your pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. Verse 10, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance.
Right, so the righteous ain't gonna be crying and, oh my gosh, why do you have to die? No, he got what he deserved, man. You're gonna reap what you sow. God is not mocked. And Lord has men, what did he say to Moses? He said he has made Moses a god to Pharaoh and Aaron his prophet. And we always go into it, but number 16 is happening right now, man, full effect. You had men that were famous in the congregation, Dathan, Abiram, Korah. They came up against Moses and Aaron, man. And they moved Moses to, he was wroth with them, man. And they strived against not just Moses and Aaron, but they strived against the Lord, man. Because you come against the Lord's little ones, you come against the Lord that he put his spirit upon, you're really coming against him. And there's a judgment for that. Go ahead.
Psalms 58, verse 10, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance.
Right, seeth the vengeance, because their eyes, they can see. They can see. We're in the time where you can discern who's really serving the Lord and who's serving him not. Who's holding back the sword of blood and who's not. See, hey, what did they say about Moses? He couldn't build the temple of the Lord because he had so much blood on his hands, man. He was fighting for the Lord. He was warring, man. Even towards the time of his old age. You had the house of David. They basically said, oh, David, you can't come out and war with us because we don't want the light. I'm going to get that precept, but David was fighting up until his old age, man. I'm going to get that precept. Go ahead.
The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. So that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily is a power that judges in the earth.
I got this precept right here. This is 2 Samuel 21 and verse 17. But Abishai the son of Zeruiah succored him and smote the Philistine and killed him. Then the men of David swear unto him, saying, thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. You see? The light of Israel. Let me jump down to verse 16. And Ishbi-Benob, which was one of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. You see, and that's how these heathens thinks. And also the 2/3, they're in that heathenish mind frame too. So they also what? They have the thoughts to slay the anointed and the beloved of the Lord. But guess what? The Lord makes a way. Just like the Lord, he had David juke that javelin that Saul tried to throw at him. Same thing with us. The Lord's gonna make a way for us. Jump to John 9 real quick. John 9 and verse 39. And this is why Yahushua came. He didn't come to justify men. See, you guys, a lot of you guys are out there, is Luke 16 and 15. Read that. Ye are those that justify yourselves. That which is highly seen amongst men is abomination to the Lord. Go ahead.
John 9 verse 39. And Yahushua said, for judgment I am come into this world.
Right, that's why the Lord came. He came for judgment, man. And right at that time when he came as a lamb, he was just speaking the judgment. He was speaking of on things that a lot of guys wouldn't have spoken of. That's why when Yahushua and the apostles were speaking the gospel, what was the effects of it? Everyone was astonished at it. It means to be moved with panic, astonished, surprised,
shaken,
shook.
Right.
And either you're gonna get shook, or you're gonna get you're gonna shake up, you're gonna shake and you get mad and you're gonna get pissed off, or it's gonna shake that demon out you and you're gonna get healed. Go ahead.
John 9 verse 39. And Yahushua said, for judgment I am come into this world, that they which see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind.
Right, because they trust in their own way. Lord said we walk by not by sight but by faith. If it's not of faith, then it's sin. You see, and that's what Lord came to do. And now he's gonna come back like a lion. Now, when you think of a lion, does it back up from a fight, or does it lay down its life? No, bro. Lions they go to war and they kill. All right, and that's why a lot of guys don't really understand. Lord, when he came as the first time, yes, he came as a lamb. He laid down his life. He was clothed with humility. He said, if this was his kingdom, my servants would fight, but it is not. So, Lord said, if he wanted to, he would call for legions of angels, man, and destroy Rome. But it wasn't time for that. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. He set the bounds which he cannot pass. He's weighed and set everything in perfect timing. But when he comes back out like a lion, man, he's gonna kill, man. He's gonna save a few. And then jump to John 8 and verse 12.
John 8, verse 12. Then spoke Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Right, and that's how we know that many men out you, a lot of you guys out there, you walk in darkness because you don't follow Yahushua. You follow men, which is nothing wrong with, following an elder or a camp leader, until you get to a level. But there comes a time where you shouldn't need the schoolmaster. You should be flying colors. What the Lord saying is Isaiah 40:31. He that waiteth on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall lift up their with wings as eagles. They shall renew their strength. They shall run and not be weary. And what that's why it's saying Habakkuk 2, that he may run that readeth it. And we're all running this race to obtain that incorruptible crown, that same penny. So there's a lot of guys that act like mob bosses. Oh, you do this, what I tell you. You can't do that. And then they make bitch men, man. They don't make leaders. When you're helping edify a brother, you're supposed to edify him so that he can come up on a level to be a leader, so he can teach others also. You see? And also you can put more chains on him to keep him down under your footstool. A lot of guys is wicked and you're found out, man. And that's why the righteous and innocent, we're stirring up ourselves against you hypocrites, man. Go ahead.
John.
Jump to Mark 11 and verse.
Mark 11.
Verse 1.
Mark 11, verse 4. And they went their way and found the colt tied by the door without in a place where two ways met, and they loosed him.
And that colt is synonymous with the elect. The Lord said he comes riding upon a colt, right? An ass, humble, lowly, meek. You see? And that's the symbolic of the elect. You see? Matter of fact, let me get this real quick just to back that up. Isaiah 9 and 5. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 9. Because we uphold Yahushai. Isaiah 9 and verse 6. For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. You see? And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. So he didn't come like on a big stallion horse. He came humble. He came with the lowly ones, the ones that look like an ass. Hey, even the Lord made that anatomy with Issachar, that he's a colt between two burdens. See, Issachar, he is hired, and he has hired his workmen to work in his field righteously and deal uprightly. See, but a lot of people ain't gonna want, oh, I want that ass, I want that colt. They gonna want the stallion, the horse. They want to have big subscribers and praise the men, and I look good on the outward appearance. Go ahead.
So Mark 11, verse 5. And certain of them that stood there said unto them, what do ye losing the cult?
Right, loosen the colt, letting them loose. You see? Just like the Lord, He has let us loose from them burdens, man, from that yoke. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and they said unto them, even as Yahushua had commanded, and they let them go.
Right, so when Yahushua commands something, guess what? You can't disobey it or disallow it or disannul it. Man, when Yahushua said something, guess what? It happens. It's go. You see? Can't go against it. They let them go. Go ahead.
Mark 11 verse 7, and they brought the colt to Yahushua and cast their garments on him, and he sat upon him. And many spread their garments in the way, and others cut down branches off the trees and strawed them in the way.
Yeah, so they put their garments on the coat. They put their garments on the coat to cover the give them a good seat, right? Luke 1 and verse 76, and thou, child, shalt be called the prophet of the highest, for thou shalt go before the face of the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins, through the tender mercy of our God, whereby the day spring, see, when the day springs forth, the sun rises from on high hath visited us, to give light to them that sit in darkness, so that they can stand up and rise and start to walk in the light, walk with the Lord, and to run this race to finish it. Run that he may readeth it. It says, and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, and he was in the desert till the day of his showing unto Israel. Give me 2 Corinthians 4 and 5. But you have on the other side, you have what? There's some that shall, evil men shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So you see the differentiation of the two, man. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 4 and 5.
So 2 Corinthians 4 verse 5. For we preach not ourselves.
Right, key word. We don't preach ourselves. We don't big up. We don't prophesy of our camp or our name. No, man. We're nothing. We're nothing, man. And that's how we know we're not deceived. Because when you read a little bit up there, it says what? If a man thinketh himself to be something, he is nothing, he deceives himself. We understand that we're nothing. You see? And that takes a lot of humility and humbleness. And the Lord said, you know what? You are something. You're my servant. And I'm going to exalt you very high. Because you abase yourself. You've humbled yourself. All that, what you guys exalt yourself, you're going to be abased. You're going to be humble, man. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 4 and verse 5. For we preach not ourselves, but Yahushua, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahushua's sake.
Right, and we're you guys as servants. We're here to teach. We've been sent to prophesy, to teach, to exhort, to rebuke with all long suffering and doctrine. You see, and see, the thing is about a servant. I said this a little while ago, but do servants ever get treated well? No, they get treated like shit. You know, they don't get tipped good. You know, there's always people complaining about stuff, and they're not even the one that made the food. They just you know, they're just the messengers, just like us. We're just the messengers, just relaying a message of the Lord, and we're hated for that. You see, that's how it's supposed to be. It lines up with prophecy in the script. But
2 Corinthians 4 and verse 5, verse 6. For Yahweh Shemashai, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness.
Right, and this is what the workers of darkness hate. They don't want the light to shine. They want themselves to be the light, but they're darkness. They're deceitful workers. But see, nothing's hidden that should not be revealed. You can't stop it. Go ahead.
Hath shined in our hearts.
Right, it's shined in our hearts. It's nothing carnal. It's in the inward man. That's what the Lord is dealing with. The inward man. See, the Lord doesn't see as man seeth on the outward appearance. He looks on the inward part, the heart, the mind, the soul. Go ahead. Which is hidden. You can't see that. I can't see your soul. But through the eye, you know, I say that the eyes of the beholder of the soul. You know, the countenance is a sign of a changing of the heart, whether for good or evil. Right?
Has shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of power in the face of Yahushai.
Luke 11:35. Take heed. A lot of guys ain't taking heed. And this is why this is happening to them. Therefore, take heed therefore that the light which is in thee be not darkness. And I'm gonna get that word for heed. It basically means to warn. Scopeo. Greek word scopeo. To look, observe, contemplate. To fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to. Take heed to thyself. See, a lot of guys are not paying attention, man, to all the signs. Right, to pay attention to. Look at that. Take notice of. You see? Go to 1 John 2:9.
First John 2, verse 9. He that saith he is the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now.
Right. You hate your brother. You hate another man that's doing the work. And sincerely, a lot of guys are in darkness. Oh, I hate you. I don't like you. I don't even want to talk about you because of a title. When you go to Sirach 37:1, right? This is a scripture right for a lot of you guys, man. All right, take that title off your name, and then guess what? This is what's going to happen. Sirach 37:1. Every friend saith, I am his friend also. But there is a friend which is only a friend in name. So take off the name, claim yourself to be great, and then what happens? You ain't shit. You see? You ain't nothing. And that's what we see happen with a lot of guys, man. A lot of wickedness going on with these big camps, man. And we're pointing it out. See, we're on the outside looking in, and we can see what's happening. See, we examine ourselves, and that's where we're able to examine others also. We took in that mold out our eye, and that's why we're able to take the beam out of our brother's eye if they allow us. But a lot of guys ain't brothers, man. They're demons. Hypocrites. They're the Pharisees, scribes, which the Lord Yahushua said, woe to them, man. Nearly 38 verses straight, Matthew 23, man. Which a lot of guys you never touch. But you always get on the weaker vessel, man. 20 videos a day on women, man. Oh, fuck bitches, women. That's what a bully does. Bully picks on the weaker, the weak ones, man. That have no protection. But guess what? The elect have protection, man. Go ahead.
1 John 2, verse 10. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
Woo-hoo-hoo. We abide in the light, and you can't stumble because we see where we're going. This dude, this damn demon, he left a little snare there. You know how in the woods, in the movies, they'll put that like that animal trap,
booby trap. Yeah.
That booby trap where like if you step on it, it'll close mad quick, and then literally it'll break your ankle, and you can't move. It showed you that in the movie Noah. This chick, she was trying to run and get to the ark with Ham, and they said leave her. They couldn't help her. She couldn't run no more. She couldn't walk no more. And that's how a lot of guys act. See, if you ain't taking heed, if you ain't paying attention, if you contempt little matters, your house shall fall little by little. And you ain't gonna realize it, man, because you're in darkness now. Go ahead.
1 John.
But if you're in the light, you can see all the traps. You can take your time, and you can move around it. You can maneuver around it. See?
Right.
Go ahead.
1 John.
And then you demons that set that trap for us, guess what? Your own ankles get taken in that, man. You know, they're saying basketball, ankles, got your ankles. That's what's going to happen, man. You're going to get crossed out, man. Go ahead.
1 John 2, verse 11.
See, you guys forgot that we're at war. You thought that this is some Boy Scout thing, some play around thing, man. Hell no, bro. And hey, bro, I'm going to say this, too. The Lord said, with David, right? The men with David, they were chapped in the spirit. They were men of war, and they could not lodge with the people. Meaning they weren't really civilized. They were not in the mind frame of relaxing and just chilling and not doing it. No, they were at war with the enemies round about, man. All the time, all the years of David until David had peace. But they was at war, man. And they was fighting the enemies from without and from within. But see, the fight from within, they had to handle it a little differently. That's why David had a lot of mercy on Saul, because he was a Lord's anointed. Same with us. You see? We're not gonna diminish someone's character because we have mercy. You know, at the end of the day, it's the Lord that's going to judge you, just like it says in Samuel. David said about Saul, you know, he might die in battle. The Lord might take his life tonight. But that's not mine to take. That's the Lord's anointed. It's an Israelite. That's my father-in-law. A lot of you guys, you're our father-in-law. You're our brother-in-law. but you ain't keeping the law. You ain't fulfilling it. You ain't loving your brother as yourself. You ain't showing mercy. Instead of you're throwing javelins at brothers, man. It's all good, man. We're going to dodge and keep it moving, man. Okay.
1 John 2 in verse 11. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth.
There's right there. They knoweth not whither they go. They don't know where they're going. You got the blind leading the blind out here. You know, they act like they got the light. Yeah, I got the light. They're in the broad gate. They're in the broad way that leads destruction, and everyone's following them. And they're all gonna fall down, and they're all gonna be destroyed. You see, the blind lead the blind. They walk in darkness. They don't even know where they're going. A lot of guys, you do videos, right? But then you don't even know where you're even going with it. You don't even know what points you're making. You see? Go ahead.
Because that darkness hath blinded his eyes.
Yeah, blinded his eyes. And that's the thing with the Lord. He wants some eyes to not be open. Like it says saying John 12 and 40, which I'm going to get that and I'm done on.
1 John 2 verse 12. I write unto you, little children, because yet your sins are forgiven you from his name's sake. I write unto you, fathers, because ye have known him that is from the beginning. I write unto you, young men, because ye have overcome the wicked one. I write unto you, little children, because ye have known the Father.
Right, the wicked one. So the wicked, all right, even though their house is all divided, they all believe different things. You got some Israelites that hate the wicked, they hate the righteous. You have some Israelites that hate the anointed, right? The ones that's truly sent. You have Esau, the wicked one, meaning because this world is all about what? Destroying the righteous, destroying the Lord's anointed, destroying the Lord's true message, perverting the gospel. Galatians 1 verse 7 to verse 10. That's what they're all about, to make it their own gospel, their own good news, so it can just benefit them. They can profit off it. Filthy lucre, praises of men. And you guys have been found out, man. See, you have your lost and found, which is the elect, and then you have you're found out and destroyed. I'm gonna close off with this. John 12 and verse 39. Therefore they could not believe, because that Isaiah said again. Right, so when the prophets say things, guess what? It holds weight, because they're not saying their own words. They're saying the thoughts and the intents of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. It says, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. It says, these things said Isaiah when he saw his glory, and spake of him. Nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. For they love the praise of men more than the praise of God. You see, so in order for you to get through these times, you have to love the praise of the Lord more than praise of men, man. You can't have respect of persons, man, in judgment. That's only going to belong. That belongs to the wise. That belongs to the wise. And wisdom is justified in their children. You see? And that's why they didn't confess, because they didn't want to be kicked out of the synagogue, man. They didn't want to get uncomfortable. That's what this truth requires of you, man. Yeah, I'm done. I can close it out.
Yeah. Lord willing, that was edifying for the elect and 1/3 of Israel. Repent. I want to give all fear and honors and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, Shalom, Abba Babal.